So today I'm going to be talking about some unique and rare vintage boy names that were popular about 100 years ago, but have fallen out of the top 1,000 quite some time ago and are now very unique and unheard of. You may have watched my girl version of this video, which I put up about a month ago, I think. It's actually quite popular, so I decided that I would do a boy version. However, this was quite difficult. It is much more difficult to find unique vintage boy names than it is to find unique vintage girl names, because a lot of the boys' names that were popular 100 years ago, 120 years ago, are still the most popular baby names right now. So let's get started. The first vintage boy name I have for you is Rufus. Rufus is a Latin name meaning red-haired. It hasn't been in the top 1,000 since 1988, and it peaked in 1880 at number 88. In 2015, only 43 baby boys were given the name Rufus. I think Rufus is an adorable name for a little boy. I think that it just has such a cute sound to it. It's very approachable, and it doesn't sound too archaic either. It has that cutesy old man feel rather than like the gross old man feel that some names have. The next name that I have for you is Archie. Archie is a diminutive of Archibald, which means truly brave. Archie peaked in 1891 at number 79. And now, in 2015, only 145 boys were given the name Archie. I think Archie is one of those old-timey nicknames that is just about to make a comeback. It is going to be in the top 1,000 in the next couple years. I can guarantee it. I think Archie's the cutest nickname ever, and I think that it stands really well as a name on its own. I don't think that it necessarily needs to be a short form of anything. This cat is trying to sit on my laptop. Oh, why are you trying to sit on my laptop? All right. The next name I have for you is Chester. Chester is a Latin name meaning fortress or walled town. It hasn't been in the top 1,000 since 1995, and it peaked in 1919 at number 53. Only 98 boys were given the name Chester in 2015. I think Chester is once again a really adorable baby name. I think that it just has like this teddy bear feel to me that other names like Theodore and Archie have as well. I think it's really cute, but it's also really strong, and I think Chess is a really, really cute nickname. The next vintage name I have for you is Willard. Willard is a German name meaning resolutely brave. I love that meaning. It peaked in 1915 at number 58, and now in 2015, only 44 baby boys were named Willard. I feel like Willard could really fit in today's naming culture because William is still such a popular name, sitting so high up on the charts. And Willard could be a really great alternative to that. I'm really sad I didn't run into this name before because I could have used it in my alternatives video. The next vintage name I have for you is Booker. Booker is an English occupational name that means scribe. I think that Booker is honestly like such an awesome name. I feel like it could be the perfect name for someone who loves books or writing or anything of that sort. And also the nickname Bookie is so cool. Booker hasn't been in the top 1,000 since 1966. It peaked in 1910 at 177, and now in 2015, only 54 baby boys were given the name Booker. I think it's definitely time that this name made a comeback. The next vintage name that I have for you is Irving. Irving is a Scottish name meaning green river or sea friend. I really like nicknames Irv or Ving for this name. It peaked in 1911 at number 93, but only 100 boys were given the name Irving in 2015. I think Irving is a really handsome name and a really strong name. The next vintage name I have to share with you is Sylvester. Sylvester is a Latin name meaning wood or forest. Sylvester peaked in 1889 at number 127, and it remained popular through the 1920s. However, it slowly fell out of favor, and now only 73 boys were named Sylvester in 2015. So it is definitely a unique name. The next vintage baby name I have for you is Percy. Percy is a French surname. It peaked in 1902 at 114. Only 58 boys were given the name Percy in 2015. I'm not actually that big of a fan of Percy, but I do think that it's a good example of a vintage nickname that has gone out of style but could still work really well in modern day society. I personally am not a huge fan of it. I don't really like the sound of it, but I do know that a lot of people find it to be a really cute and charming name. The next vintage boy name I have to share with you is Abe. Abe is a diminutive of Abraham, which is a Hebrew name meaning father of multitudes. Abraham actually sits at 170 in 2015, so it's quite popular, but Abe is not popular. It peaked in 1898 at number 214, but it has fallen out of style, and now only 79 boys were given the name Abe in 2015. I think this is another great example of an old-timey nickname that is just bound to make a comeback. I really like the nickname name trend that's going on. I really like those short and sweet names. I think they're really cute. Yeah, and I think Abe is really handsome and a really strong name and a great example of a vintage name. Finally, I have Grover. Grover is an English name that means lives near a grove of trees. It peaked at number 20 in 1885. I believe it coincided with a president by the same name. Only 19 boys were given the name Grover in 2015. I really like this name. However, I do think that some people would associate it with like Rover the dog. But I do really think that this is a strong and cute name for a boy, and that it could possibly make a comeback. I do like it. I like it a lot. Those are all the vintage names that I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed watching. Maybe you found some new favorite names or some interesting names. I really appreciate you guys watching and commenting. It's really nice and encouraging, and I love making these videos for you guys. I think right now we are at 288 subscribers, which is really cool. We're getting really close to that 300 mark. I want to do something special when we reach 300. I'm thinking maybe like a question and answer or a giveaway or something like that. So if you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Once again, I really like video suggestions as well. I've had a couple suggestions that I've added to my list of name videos that I'm planning to make. It's a very long list. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye.